feel so bad when I only have one class every day. That means that class costed me $600 for an hour and a half.
Dude, this is just depressing. Don't tell them that. I mean, like, okay.
This is about regrets.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Grad Student Regrets podcast. This is episode 1, Why Ivy League Students Have Regrets. My name's Nick.
I'm Ivy.
I'm Emily.
I'm Ching.
And, you know, we hope you stick around, but I don't know what we're going to say here. We'll just cut to it eventually. Anyways, the topic for the day is regrets. So let's open it up to the floor. Y'all, who has regrets already? I know we're in a month in, but...
100%. 100%.
Weren't you just telling me a second ago, no regrets, that's just you, man?
But that was a practice.
Oh, I see. Sure. Anyway, so Ivy's got regrets, you too?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just been 4 months, and then looking backwards, I think I can do better.
Like what?
So many things. Like, for example, the first thing I should do is not taking too many credits.
Me too. Me too.
Yes! Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. And I think because this is Ivy League, so we think the course here must be fascinating. So
Yeah.
as much as we can.
We gotta make our money worth, right? Because
Yeah.
the tuition is the same no matter how many credits you take. But regrets.
I don't know, y'all.
Which
So
part?
many regrets.
The lecturers or the materials?
Oh, hold up. We're about to make this public, right? So don't get too crazy about naming names just yet. But, you know, like, I think she's got a point. It costs the same no matter what. And we did the math. We sat down and did the math once, right? And it was like $600 a day on average. That's how much we spend to be here. Just to be at the school. Don't forget about, like, rent or anything yet, right? Just the tuition. Keep them. Do you make $600 a day?
No way.
No.
Especially not now.
I make like 600 a day when I was back in my country. No, a month.
I was like, damn, why are you here?
In Taiwan is a lot.
Bro, why are you here? Why are you here?
No, it's a month.
Yeah, it's a month.
Oh my god.
It's a lot. And if I don't take, for example, people don't take class in Friday, boom, 600's gone.
Yeah, I feel so bad when I only have one class every day. That means that class costed me $600 for an hour and a half.
Dude, this is just depressing. Don't tell them that. I mean, like, okay.
This is about regrets.
Okay, sure, but okay. So, like, so now you know, right? First of all, don't pick a school that's too expensive. Like, Ivy League is great and everything, but like $600 a day, you know, balance it out. I mean, I'm lucky I got a little bit of scholarship money, but like, my
I'm not as smart.
You see, she's picking on me now.
Why?
See, if you know, then you'll know that we've got doctors, dentists, and me.
You're the one that got the scholarship.
Yeah, because I'm the only American in the room. See, they're all international. So they technically, it's so much harder, by the way, to get scholarships as an international student, right? Yeah?
You're too nice.
No, but it's the truth, right? I think I just got lucky, and somebody felt bad for me because I told them how poor I was. You don't make that much as a government worker coming in, you know? Like, I wasn't a doctor here, or a dentist, you know?
But
Why you said it twice?
Huh?
No.
What do you mean why I said it twice? It's because I want to emphasize, hello, geniuses in the room.
all of us.
Sure.
Scholarship.
But you think the 600 is it worth it? Or, I mean, 600 you can spend on other courses outside or just go to the Kaplan. Or there are so many online courses. Why grad school?
I'm not paying for the classes. 100%. I'm paying for the people.
Relationship.
Yeah, the people that I meet here, right?
Sure. I mean, as long as they're not
He's
like
not.
you.
He's not happy with me.
No, I'm kidding. Actually, I was telling them for the longest time, like, I figured that if this was the last chance I'd ever get to go to grad school, I want to make friends that I will know for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years. We can still pick up the phone or we'll go on vacations together. And I mean, I don't know about y'all. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn here, but I really feel like that will be us long term.
Aww.
Why was that a planned aw? Well, I mean, do you not agree? See, she's already starting to push people to start flying over to her place in Washington and stick over. Like, she was looking up the flight tickets right before we got on this thing. And she's like, every day it's going higher. You got to make a decision now.
Yeah, this is what I'm paying for, you know?
What?
Friends.
Social network.
Yeah. This is an Ivy League school. Everyone here is here because they excel in something. And you want to have that network later on for your career.
But see, why does it have to be about the career, right? Like,
It doesn't. But it's like 70% of it.
okay, I'll buy that. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think I could find this group of people. To be honest, like, I feel like if we met on the street randomly, you'd already, like, hate me. You'd be like, why is this guy my friend? So, like,
Because
in
you
school...
didn't cut your hair?
See, okay, I was waiting for her to bring this up. I don't know what's up with her today, but she has been, like, if you're watching our video, those of y'all who are listening, right? If you come on, like, our YouTube channel and, like, see the video right now, I've got a beanie on. And she's been asking me every single practice take tonight, are you really going to leave the beanie on? God, I feel like it's my mom talking to me here. Like, what's wrong with my beanie?
Nothing's wrong with your beanie. I'm just asking a question.
Yeah, see, because I wore my beanie because if you look at my hair now, you see, it's just atrociously long. And I get it, but, like, we're in the midst of final season,
This is
fall's
what grad
about to
school
end.
does to you.
Yeah, why don't you just get a haircut?
Tell me with what time and what money? We live in...
You went out for dinner today.
You know how many coupons we stacked on? It was a $5 dinner, right? $5.
Yes.
For two.
No, not quite for two, but...
No,
but
We can definitely share an episode on how to save money in
oh gosh, yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Nick is the expert here.
Because I'm not a doctor or a dentist. Okay, so, like, I didn't know this, right? But they'll tell you, like, my gosh, if you're an international student and you want to come here, you had to have the money in the bank and show them that it was in the bank beforehand, right?
Right.
Yeah. Did it have to be in a U.S. account? So you have to create a U.S. account, send your money there.
They don't accept, like, we're from Taiwan, they don't accept the same amount of money in Taiwanese dollar. You have to be in US dollar. So you have to transfer to US account and make it US money. They only accept that.
Oh my gosh. You see, I did not have that in my... Oh man, the camera just died again. I did not have that in my bank account, so, like... Man.
What did you do?
They don't require it. I'm a U.S. citizen, so for me, it's like we just get loans, right? So you file FAFSA, you send it off, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, if you need the money here, otherwise here's the tuition cost. But it's never a problem, at least in my experience, to like you would see it as a problem, but the school wouldn't force you to have the money in the bank.
Really? I didn't know it was an international student thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I've heard of it happening before, but honestly, every international student that I've helped, it's never really been an issue. Like, if they don't have the money, we just find a way to get them loans, or we show them, like, oh yeah, you kind of have enough, and you're good to go. Then again, like, I mean, this is an Ivy League school. Maybe it's just a rule with them because, you know, private.
Is it Ivy League always this expensive? Because we are from Taiwan, and I mean, 600 a day is very expensive. But what about other university or other grad school? Are they this expensive
Our university is probably among the most expensive schools.
in Canada?
Canada?
No,
No.
ours. Here.
Canadian schools are cheap.
It's still like 10 grand, right? 12 grand, 15 grand, 20 grand tops, right?
International students are a little more expensive.
Okay, so like 30, but still like nothing aggressive. Like I think here,
Oh, for Canadians, it's like thousands. It's like,
yeah, right? Oh my gosh. See?
what are we doing?
I think we are talking about money, not the regret.
Okay, but seriously, to fix the regret problems, I think, okay, so do I regret spending $600 a day? No, I don't. But I think the solution is, if you know that you're going to be spending $600 a day, you got to walk in knowing why you're spending it. Like, yes, I walked in thinking I was here to find the next co-founders for my future businesses. And like I said, the friendships that I will talk to and, like, you know, spend time with for the next 30 years. If you walk in thinking like that, absolutely. But if you're coming in thinking like, I'm going to learn so much, I'm going to have great professors, everything's going to be, I think you're going to have.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking about at the first time. Because when we were practicing in Taiwan, you can see, wow, this professor is from the university I am going to take his class, I'm going to take her class. But when you go into the classroom, you was like, what is he actually talking about? Because you are not in the same level. And then some people who are very clever, they might not be very good at teaching. You just got frustrated in that class.
Yeah. I was told by my friend before coming here I should really think about what I want to get out of this experience. And I didn't take that advice. I didn't really sit down and think about what I wanted to take out of it. Some people might want to really hone in on like perfecting a certain skill. So they will take a lot of classes related to that skill. But for others, it might not be what you're looking for, right? It might be just making connections that will help you in your future startup or help you get the jobs in the sectors that you want.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with your opinion. I think that the most important thing is that to make our priorities, just like what you are going to do. So we won't be regret.
Yeah. So our program is 1 year. So now we're already halfway through, and we're realizing these things.
So
So
let me ask you then, would you recommend doing a 1 year program? Because a lot of people just want to go in and just be like, I'm done, let's call
that's
it.
what I wanted to do too. But I should have spent more time researching and thinking about what I wanted before I started this 1 year program. Because now I only have half a year to accomplish what I really wanted. So next semester I'm going to take less classes. You know, personally I want to make more connections, take advantage of like the venture programs, making this podcast. So I have a half a year to do that. But you, if you're thinking about grad school, should think about this beforehand.
So what kind of classes that you regret the most? I mean, there are classes you can make connections. Like there's a lot of group project. There are classes like very technical. You do a lot of calculations. You do a lot of reading by yourself. So what kind of class you regret taking the most?
For me, I think I won't say that which class I regret the most. I think what made me regret is that I think it's my time management and my priority, because there are so many things that I want to do, but sometimes I will get stuck in homework or reviewing the test, studying, and I think everybody they don't want to get bad grade. So I think we will spend some time doing our homework, but there are still a lot of things we can do, just like social activity. So I don't know, maybe make the balance between these all kind of events. Yeah.
What about you, Nick? You have any regrets on taking any classes?
You know I do, man. We talk about it every night. Oh my gosh.
Every night.
Like
Every hour.
Okay, I mean, like, let's put it like this, right? Like, I came in thinking I'm gonna get the best bang for my buck. Like we said it before, it costs one price, and you can take as many classes as you want. So, like, of course you want to take a lot, but then you got to be a lot smarter about it. So this is what I'm going to say. I regret not doing research on which classes truly were time consuming. Like, even if you're just like an undergrad thinking about grad school now, I think you probably learned that there are certain professors you take classes with because they're not too much work, or the professors are really engaging, so that even though the content may be difficult, bam, you're good, right? Or else I'm going to like fall into the trap like what Emily's doing. Like, my gosh, last night, how long did we spend chatting about the homework? Like, we were in the library for like 4 hours, and then on top of that, until what, midnight, 1 a.m. in the morning, we were still chatting about the homework.
And just for one class, one homework, and we have that homework every week.
Exactly. See, like yes, sure, I'm bonding with, but see, like, it's just not the same kind of bonding. I'd rather us, you know, pick a class where, you know, the professor's either really great or the workload is really light, and then finish right away, have the rest of the night to go out and eat dinner every night, like Ivy here, because like she has dinner plans.
I don't take that class. That's why.
Yeah, unfortunately, the other three, like Emily, Ching, and I, we just
They're the smart ones.
But do you think that Emily point out, if we don't care about the grades, it would be easier?
We shouldn't care about the grades. That's a good thing about grad school compared to undergrad, right? Undergrad, you're always trying hard to get good grades because you want to get into grad school or you know, do something that people look at undergrad grades, but people don't really look at grad school grades.
See, I agree with you, and I'm going to tell everybody else out there. Yes, grades should not matter in grad school, but I think there's nuance to it, right? So, like, if you're, like, somebody who wants to go in and then go off to med school or law school right away, and you didn't have such a great track record in undergrad, you do have to consider your grades, because this is, like, your chance at redemption. And you do need to pay attention to, well, is a B good enough? And honestly, like, if you're going to something like med school, not really. And if you're trying to redeem yourself from being that kind of student before, and let me put it out there, right? Like, I love working with non-traditional students. I helped so many students get into med school, law school, grad school with sub 3.0 GPAs, like sub the average, like median scores of their standardized test prep. But like, at the same time, how much effort do you want to create for yourself going forward, right? So like, I'm in the weird situation where I do have to kind of care about grades. And it's because that was poor planning on my part. The three of y'all, I'm going to say this one more time in the podcast, I'm going to try and stop saying it, but like, the three of y'all are already finished with one graduate degree. Even though internationally it's a slightly different process, right? But like, you did. I mean, like, as a Canadian, no, your grad degree, you had to go through the whole process. You did this once before. And you got the highest degree you could possibly get in your fields. Like, there's nothing higher. Agreed?
No.
Right? No?
Because we can specialize.
Okay, sure.
Well, there's no grade.
Like,
yeah.
It's not really about grades anymore. Like, it's more about your connections at that point. Honestly, the most is about your connections if you want to specialize. And then just 2 or 3 tests, right? Like step scores, board exams, right? That's it. And you can control that. And if you need to, you can redo that, right? But in grad school, like, your GPA is set in stone once you finish. Like, think about it. Do you want to pay $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 to have a GPA of 3.0, 2.7? Like, it hurts, you know? So
The moral of the story is, no matter if you care about grades or not, don't take that many classes. Right? If you take less classes, you'll have a better GPA too.
Yeah, I get, you make a good point, right? I mean, like, if we're really summing up the episode. She's like signaling to us, this is too long.
No.
But I heard that some of the class you can just audit and you can still learn. Is that correct?
Well,
and it doesn't count for the GPA.
But I think the quality is still different. if you learn this, you have this class and have credits, you will study harder.
Yeah.
You
will care more about it.
Oh, so you have any experience in auditing any classes or any advice?
I skipped half those classes.
See, so she's really bad at it. But at the same time, it's good. It's good that she skipped those classes and she chose the classes to audit that she did. Because, like, to be honest with you, a lot of those classes just weren't good, right? Like, our 8 a.m. class. I'm glad that you don't take that anymore.
No, the ones that I went to were really interesting, but it's 8 a.m.
I think half of them were interesting and half weren't. And that's the beauty of the audit, is that if you see the syllabus ahead of time, you're like, oh, it has a ton of speakers and I just want to go for the speakers. It's a great class to audit. Highly recommend those classes to audit, but like technical classes, maybe not, right? Like, if you have to do a lot of work and you're trying to learn a new skill, absolutely not. No.
Technical classes for sure, no. You go audit the like humanities and like philosophical classes.
Well, looks like we're out of time for this episode of Grad Student Regrets. But do us a huge favor, subscribe, follow us, like on whatever platform that you're listening to us. It will really help us out and keep this podcast going.
If you have any topics that you would like us to cover, please let us know on social media.
You can follow us on Grad Student Regrets Instagram or email us by gradstudentregrets@gmail.com.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to share with you. And see you on episode 2.
Bye.
Alrighty.
Is it, I heard some classes they don't allow you to audit. Is that correct? Or you can just...
We were signaling the end of the episode, man. What are you doing?
No. We're gonna edit all this, right?
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
gonna,
It's just gonna
we're
be
gonna cut a lot of
laid
things.
in and out. Yeah.
Is it still recording?